Question number 6 deals with mean free path. Average, mean means average free path. So first part, question number 6a deals with what is mean free path. In a cylinder, molecules follow zigzag, random path. Molecule 1 collides with another molecule, it covers some distance, then again collision with the second one, again there is a collision, and then it moves to a new position. Say the first one, path covered is lambda 1, second path covered is lambda 2, third path covered is lambda 3. So when you say free path means path free from collision. So when a particle moves from one position to the other position, there is no collision in between the two. This path is free from any type of a collision. So this is termed as free path. So particle undergoes first free path, then there is another free path, after collision another free path. So you have three free paths, lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda 3. Suppose lambda 1 is 4 units, lambda 2 is 5 units, lambda 3 is 6 units. So what is the average or what is the mean free path? Mean is the average of a free path. For example, here one free path length is lambda 1 4, second free path lambda 2 5 units, third free path lambda 3 is 6 units. So the mean free path is lambda mean or average is lambda 1 plus lambda 2 plus lambda 3 by 3. In this particular example, what is the value of lambda 1? Yes, lambda 1 is 4 units. So lambda 1 is 4 units. What about lambda 2? Yes, lambda 2 is 5 units. What about the third one? Yes, lambda 3 comes out to be what? 6 units divided by 3. Total is 15 by 3. Total distance covered 15. Free path 3. So mean free path is 5 units. Formula lambda mean or average, mean free path or average free path. We have taken into account 3, lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda 3. But in case you have more collisions, then lambda 1 plus lambda 2 plus lambda 3 up to lambda n by n. In this particular example, n is equal to 3, but you can have 4 free paths, 5 free paths, 6 free paths or n free paths. So what is mean free path? Mean free path is what? Average of free paths. What is a free path? Free path is the path which is free from a collision. That is distance covered from one collision to next collision. This is termed as free path. Time with you is 3 minutes to write. The first part dealt with what was mean free path. Second part deals with the formula derivation. Lambda is equal to what? If D is a dia, N is the number of particles per unit volume, then lambda is equal to, yes, formula is 1 by root 2 pi d square n, where d is what? Dia of the molecule, N is number of molecules per unit volume. How to prove this? That is proof for the same. You can think of a net. There is a ring and you have a handle and it is a net. Net for what purpose? To catch mosquitoes. And you have mosquitoes here. That means atoms, you can say. We will replace this. So, analogy is, if you move this net towards the right, you will collect certain number of mosquitoes. This is what we want to find out. Number of collisions. So, mechanical analogy is, you have a mosquito net, you have this handle, you move it towards the right. If you move it towards the right, you will catch certain mosquitoes. This is what we want to know. So, if D is the dia, step 1, volume covered per second. This net, it is a position after at t is equal to 0. It covers some distance. You move this handle from initial position to this position and it moves with what speed? It moves with speed c. So, what is the volume covered per second? Area, cross-sectional area into this length. What is the cross-sectional area of this ring? Pi r square. Pi r square. Area into distance covered. Distance covered in 1 second. Speed with which this ring moves is c meter per second. What is the value of c? Yes, speed, average speed with which it moves. C, and how much distance it will cover in 1 second? C into V. So, what is the distance covered? Distance covered is C. Repeat. As this ring moves from initial position to final position, area of this is pi r square. This distance covered is C. What is the volume of this cylinder? Base into height. So, volume covered is, why you change R? Because it is not R which is given, it is given as dia. R is radius, D is a dia, radius is half of dia. So, first step, volume covered per second is equal to pi r square into C. Second step, number of atoms, particles collected per second. Now, this red color represents what? Number of atoms per unit volume. In the equivalent analogy, it is number of mosquitoes, yes, number of mosquitoes per unit volume. I repeat, N represents number of particles per unit volume. If N represents number of particles per unit volume, how many particles are collected? This was what? Volume covered per second into particles or atoms per unit volume. Yes, volume covered pi d square by 2c, number of particles is n. So, number of particles collected per second. If this net moves for 1 second, volume covered per second is this one, number of particles per unit volume is n. So as it moves, it will collect certain number of particles. That number comes out to be pi d square by 2 c into n. Time with you is 3 minutes to pen down step number 1 and step number 2. Step 3. Sorry, this was d square by 4. This was d square by 4. It was d by 2 square means d square by 4. Step 3. Average time between two collisions is equal to reciprocal of step number 2. Step number 2 was number of particles collected per second. That means how many collisions take place in 1 second. We want to find out time between two collisions. So it is reciprocal of this. It is 4 divided by pi d square c n. Step number 4. Mean free path. Path means what? Distance. Distance is equal to speed into time. Speed is how much? C. Time between two collisions. Yes, time between two collisions is 4 divided by pi d square c n. C cancel. What you get is 4 by pi d square n. But what was the formula here? Root 2. Here you are getting 4. Why? Because in this arrangement you are assuming that all these particles are at a rest. But in practical, all particles are in motion. That is why this numerical correction is required. It is not 4. The value comes out to be. The formula as per this derivation comes out to be this. But this correction is required. This factor is not 4. This factor is. Yes. Exact value is 1 by root 2 pi d square n. For competition purpose, mean free path is 1 by root 2 pi d square n. How to go about this in competition? Say we take into account a city traffic model. Number of accidents will depend on what? Yes, will depend on size of vehicle. If size of the vehicle is large, if there are more trucks in a city, the number of accidents will be more because its cross-sectional area is more. So size of the vehicle is large, number of accidents will be more. 1. It is proportional to number of vehicles also, that is number of vehicles. So number of accidents taking place in a city will depend on, if there are more vehicles in the city, more accidents will take place. If the size of the vehicle is large, even then the accidents will be more. Reverse of this, if there are more accidents, mean free path, distance between two accidents will be less. In a metro like Delhi, you have more accidents. So mean free path, path free from collision, free from accident is small. So mean free path free from accidents is inversely proportional to number of accidents. That is inversely proportional to what? Size of the vehicle means what? Area. Number of vehicle means what? N. So for computation purpose, mean free path lambda is inversely proportional to, when you say area, pi r square or pi d square by 4, so it is inversely proportional to d square and n. Computation purpose, you need to have this proportionality relationship, that lambda is inversely proportional to d square, lambda is inversely proportional to n. Means if dia of the vehicle, size of the vehicle is large, more accidents will take place and mean free path will be less. If more number of particles, more vehicles are there per unit volume, per unit area, then n is large, more accidents will take place and mean free path will be less. So there are two parts to this. Before this, there was a derivation. That derivation is required for board purpose. But for computation purpose, you need to have this concept that a mean free path is inversely proportional to square of dia, inversely proportional to number of particles per unit volume. Time with you is 3 minutes to pen down.